Welcome back to Teachable Moments with April. I'm going to be reading from Mornings with Jesus, 1 Timothy 6:17. Instead, they need to hope in God, who richly provides everything for our enjoyment. This is an account by Diane Neal Matthews. Confession time. I just now used a rubber spatula to scrape ice cream off the sides of its paper carton and eat it. Even though it's late afternoon, even though I had a bowl of the black walnut ice cream this morning, I can explain. My freezer drawer is overcrowded right now. This morning, the upper drawer fell off the roller track when I pulled it out. This afternoon, I saw that the ice cream carton was in the way. So, I scooped out the ice cream into a small glass container. When I saw how much was stuck on the sides, I did the logical thing. I ate it. Instead of feeling guilty, I have a smile on my face. My earliest memory is of me sitting on my knees on a kitchen chair in front of an ice cream carton that someone had flattened out. I'm scraping the sides with a spoon while my dad, an ice cream lover himself, watched and laughed. I still remember how his eyes twinkled as he said, "You like this stuff, don't you?" Like many fathers, my dad didn't talk much about feelings. That's why 65 years later, I treasure that image of him smiling as he watched me eat ice cream out of the carton. Sometimes it's easy to get fixated on the aspects of following Jesus that have to do with taking up our cross and dying to self. We may forget that the Christian life also means embracing the blessings He's given us. If we could see how much pleasure He receives from watching us enjoy the gifts He sends our way, we would gain a clearer image of how much He loves us. Faith step. As you go through your day, thank Jesus each time you find yourself enjoying something He created or has sent into your life. My final thoughts. This account by Diane Neal Matthews in Mornings with Jesus, I think, has a lot to do with our biological fathers or father figures in our lives, our husbands, our boyfriends, especially since this weekend is Father's Day weekend. It's actually tomorrow, Sunday, as well as our spiritual father or father figures, meaning God and Jesus, and the delight that they take now in our growth, in the positive things that are manifesting in our lives and their contribution to our lives. For me personally, anyone who has known me for a certain amount of time, my biological father, he died many years ago, and I have no recollection of him. All that I have are accounts or stories by my mother, and basically a handful of pictures of my father. When I think of Father's Day, it doesn't leave me with much feeling as to any other father figures in my life. When I think of any type of father figure, I think of my mother. My mother was my mother as well as my father. Okay, she did things and continues to do things that is a dual role, and I don't think that that's uncommon, especially for people who are raised by single mothers. I think that that's very common. I've never had deep, conversations with people, but I know that a lot of people in my lifetime thus far, they would agree with that, or they could add to that account of being raised by a strong, black mother, or a strong mother figure who had to do both. Okay, so, but we all have a spiritual, we're part of a spiritual family, and we have a spiritual father in Christ. Okay, so for that I can account also there's something there. Okay, So Diane Neal Matthews just wants you guys to relate to that and to reconnect with that. Not just your biological father or father figure, someone that may be a stepfather or an uncle or a grandfather, but also your spiritual family.